Clawdbot is by far the hottest AI project of 2026, and almost none of you should use it. In this video, I'm going to explain the 5 reasons why, even though I love Clawdbot and use it every day, I recommend it to very few people. First, let's start with a little bit of background. Clawdbot is created by Steinberger, an excellent developer who's become absolutely prolific with the advent of agentic coding. His crown jewel is Clawdbot, which was first renamed to Moltbot due to pushback by Anthropic, and then got renamed to OpenClaw because everybody realized that Moltbot is a terrible name. For those of you who haven't heard of Clawdbot, it's basically an infinitely configurable AI assistant built on top of your Codex or Claude Code subscription. I really like it. I have it set up on a Hetzner VPS, and I use it through Discord and Telegram every single day. I use it to collaborate with my video editor on video editing, give me code reviews of new pull requests coming into repos I'm working on, and analyze YouTube videos according to my preferences of exactly what's useful for me in a given video. But now, it seems like every AI influencer has descended into a collective Clawdbot psychosis. Oh my god, you need to buy a Mac Mini. Actually, I take it back. Return the Mac Mini, now I need to get a 10K Mac Studio with employee discount. Holy shit, this is wild. It built its own face all by itself. People are starting to wake up to the colossal power of Claude. This is the single most powerful destructive technology in human history. Doubters will be stuck in the permanent underclass forever. So, what do you losers say? Do you want to be stuck in the permanent Clawdbot-less underclass forever? This is AI influencer bullshit. In the rest of this video, I'm going to explain the 5 reasons why you shouldn't install Clawdbot and who exactly Clawdbot is for. The first reason you shouldn't install Clawdbot is you probably haven't mastered using Claude Code on your own computer locally. In fact, many of the people getting really excited about Clawdbot have never even used Claude Code. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you don't know the fundamentals of agentic coding and LLMs, you shouldn't use Clawdbot. What you should do instead is tackle all the low-hanging fruit that you have available to you right now, which will still be completely relevant if and when you set up something like Clawdbot. So you should know what's an API and what are API keys, what are skills and how do you make your own skills, what is a context window, how do you have to manage it when you're working with large language models, and how does a plan mode help out with managing that context window? Or when should you use skills versus MCPs? If you aren't able to answer those questions very clearly right now, and you don't have somebody else there to help you out, you're going to have a very bad time with Clawdbot. What's happening to most people is they're being fed some false vision of a super duper incredibly powerful agentic AGI AI, which is always available and does everything you ever want it to do. Now, this vision is not coming from Pete himself, who has created an incredible product, is very honest and forthright with how he conducts himself, and is explicit in saying that, look, there are edges around this product. It's really made for developers. If you're a non-developer, you're going to have a hard time with many things with Clawdbot. But the reality is getting productive use out of Clawdbot is going to require you to know all these agentic coding fundamentals, which you probably still don't have. But it also requires other important skills besides agentic coding, which gets me to the next reason why you shouldn't install Clawdbot. The next reason is if you can't troubleshoot a server when things inevitably break down. However you install Clawdbot, things will break. There will be API keys that need to be set up, skills that get installed in the wrong place. Clawdbot will need to be restarted. It will stop responding, or it'll respond really slowly, and you'll wonder, why is that happening? Another frequent problem is that Clawdbot will not have some dependencies available, that it needs to be able to do some tasks that you've asked it to do, and it won't be able to install its own dependencies, so you have to go into your server and change the permissions so it's able to do these things. If reading errors and debugging is not in your toolkit, or at least using agentic coding tools to do this in an efficient way, then you're going to have a hard time setting up Clawdbot and having it work consistently, doing everything you want it to do without getting stuck on some fundamental setup step. The person for whom Clawdbot is likely to be really revolutionary and not just some gimmick is someone who's already developed at least 10 web applications, is very familiar with the Unix file system and Unix commands, and is rock solid with the fundamentals of agentic coding. Now, it's possible that the payoff of super duper cool things that Clawdbot can help you do helps you sort of push through all these hindrances that you're likely to encounter. That's the way in which I've learned pretty much everything. I take a project that I want to do, and then through the project, I end up learning things that I previously didn't know. But for most of you who are agentic coding beginners, the types of projects that you should tackle are smaller than setting up Clawdbot, getting it configured on a VPS, getting skills installed, getting all the API keys in place, securing it, making sure it's connected to Telegram, to Discord, wherever you need it to be. There's too many pieces that can break for a beginner. What I would recommend to most people starting with Claude Code is that you just start with using it on your local computer, getting a set of skills and MCPs that are useful to you, either from external sources or your own, and then gradually building web applications if that's your interest, learning how to secure the web application, make it useful, build authentication. And then once you've done at least a handful of web apps, okay, go off and set up Clawdbot. And the other issue is that if you don't have experience building things, you're going to run into the following problem, which gets me to reason 3. You shouldn't install Clawdbot. You don't have concrete use cases in mind with Clawdbot. If you haven't already been pushing at the limits of agentic coding on your own computer, you're unlikely to find with Clawdbot any applications that are really mind-blowing or actually going to be changing your workflows in some substantive, crazy way. All you'll be able to come up with are types of automations which you could have done just plugging into ChatGPT or Claude Code with the MCPs they have available to things like Gmail, Google Drive, etc., and already allow you to do lots of things in a very nice automated way. There are very cool things you can potentially build out with Clawdbot. I use Clawdbot to help my assistant more effectively track communications with clients using a sort of custom CRM and issue tracking system that we've developed. And I'm also using Clawdbot with the Remotion skills to help her edit videos more quickly. I'm able to work on YouTube scripts or article ideas that I have on the go through Telegram interacting with Clawdbot, which then writes out to a common database, which I have access to both from Clawdbot and from my personal computer. But that's not what most people are doing. Instead, they're wasting money on Mac minis to install an application with which they'll end up doing things that they already could have done without Clawdbot, without the Mac Mini. And even if you're a skilled developer who's making good use of agentic coding tools for your work, there is a trade-off in terms of what do you spend your limited time on. And I think that if you're not entrepreneurial, you're actually better off investing time in learning techniques like Ralph loops and how to make them more efficient, or other aspects of long-running coding agents. That's going to get you a higher ROI than setting up Clawdbot. All right, let me get to reason 4. You don't know how to secure Clawdbot. The Clawdbot documentation does a really good job of teaching you how to install Clawdbot securely. Unfortunately, a lot of the people trying to install Clawdbot either don't read the documentation or are unable to understand it. And so they go off, contrary to the suggestions of the developer, buying a Mac Mini or installing it on their own computer, giving it email credentials, banking credentials, and other random skills they find on Claude Hub without ever having taken the slightest look at what they are installing. And if they install Clawdbot on their VPS, they'll fail to secure it, whether using Tailscale or doing typical hardening steps like removing root login, setting up a pseudo user with SSH, or setting up fail to ban. What this does, especially if they're public about their Clawdbot usage, is put them in a position to be a target either for somebody scanning for these instances on the wider internet, or as a more specific target to attack. What this does, especially if they're public about their Clawdbot usage, is make them a target for somebody to come in and grab their messaging authentication credentials, their banking and email credentials, and API key if they're just leaving these around in plain text on their server. Now, the steps you have to undertake to set up Clawdbot securely are not that complicated, but if you're somebody who's never set up a VPS before, then even setting up something like a Tailscale network, which makes it very easy to create a virtual private network, may be like over the top difficult for you to do. All right, now we get to the final reason why you shouldn't install Clawdbot, and that is that you don't have time to teach it. Even if you're a developer who's familiar with agentic coding and has no problem setting up Clawdbot, in order to get the most ROI on Clawdbot and really become symbiotic with it, you have to spend time with the tool. I work with a lot of busy people who have to make decisions on the margin about where they are going to spend their time. They have a business, they have kids, they have obligations. What should they be learning in the AI space? Some of these people are skilled developers who are maybe a little bit behind on the AI coding revolution. For this kind of person, Clawdbot is not the first thing I would point to if you don't have time to specialize it and make it yours. If you don't take the time to specialize it, it's not going to provide that much more added value over other tools like Den or Lindy, or even just ChatGPT and Claude with their native MCP and skills connections, because all of these tools provide a lot of the basic functionality of Clawdbot, but in a very packaged, easy to set up, simple way. I don't have kids and I work all the fucking time. So I'm able to spend my time sort of tweaking and tinkering with this tool to really make it mine. I see the long-term potential and I've already gotten a short-term gain out of Clawdbot. But you do have to sort of figure out how you are going to use this tool. It's not something that you automatically get some massive productivity gain from without making it your own. All right, so who is Clawdbot for? First, you have to be a developer, in my opinion. It's not for non-developers if you want to use it for something that's not a gimmick. Now, the definition of developer with agentic coding has been expanding. If you're coming across some influencer who is telling you some nonsense about how this is absolutely life-changing, it's going to make you a ton of money, if you don't get on this train, you're going to be left in the permanent underclass, this is just total bullshit. But if you're a developer who's skilled at working with servers, knows the basics of agentic coding, and has some entrepreneurial ideas in mind, then Clawdbot's a really good tool, and I recommend spending the time to make it yours. But if you're a beginner, what you should do is spend time understanding the fundamentals of agentic codings and AI, and then after having put in the reps a few times and getting a big ROI off something like Claude Code just locally on your computer, come back to Clawdbot and you'll be able to get much more productive use out of it. That's it for today, folks. If you like this video, give me a like and subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.